Hey YouTube, how you guys doing? I apologize, I haven't made a video from a bathroom in about like 3 years, but I promise you this time I won't have running water. I'm gonna say a lot because I'm not really in the mood to make this video. I'm making it for two really good reasons, which I'll leave to myself, but mainly because I forgot to make a video a few weeks ago that I promised I would make. I try not to say in my videos, so this might come off a little wrong because it's coming out every 2 seconds. First of all, I promised that I would make a video on clitoral growth, which some stuff got in the way, so I promised to do my best to do that tonight. The reason I'm talking to you guys from a restroom, I apologize, the fan up there is making a lot of noise, but I'll do my best to speak over it. If not, maybe I can up the sound a little bit, and I won't know until I try to upload. Sorry, but it's been a little bit of a rough night for me. I'm a little stressed, so please bear with me while I do my best to convey what I'm feeling. Again, I owe you guys a video on clitoral growth, which I'm going to do my best to get through tonight so that I can post it. That'll be a lot easier for me to talk through because I've kind of planned all that in my head already, and I'll be able to just kind of put it out in front of you. But this one's a little different. I want to talk a little bit about, I talk a lot about hypermasculinity and how I make myself feel as masculine as possible. So I feel like tonight I'm going to keep that kind of in the topic because it's something that I go through and deal with often. But I'm also going to talk about changes. Today I went out and I bought a couple new pairs of jeans. I recently went out and got some new clothes. I got a haircut today. There are certain things that I feel like I do, and I'm not talking for our community, and a lot of the times I do speak for our community because we all kind of go through a lot of the same things, but I'm going to talk a little bit from Aiden at the moment because that's really all I really can speak for. I talk about why I try to change my wardrobe often, and even though I'm not the kind of person who gives a shit about what the rest of the world is doing and about how other people dress and how other people live their life, because I live my life a certain way and I dress a certain way and whatever, there's a specific reason why a lot of the times I go out and I try to find clothing that would fit into what popular culture is wearing. And I think that lately I do that because of hypermasculinity and because of trying to feel like I fit in the masculine world. Sorry, I burped. I'm a tiny bit intoxicated. Not really a lot. It's a weekend, luckily. And I go back to work on Monday. I've been off for a couple of days, so I figured I would enjoy myself. I went out to dinner with a good friend tonight and her family, so it's time to relax and enjoy myself because I've got about 24 hours before I go back to work, literally, because I start work on Monday morning at 3 a.m. Basically, when I go out and I look for clothing, honestly, the first thing I look for is what am I going to feel comfortable in. As a trans guy, and as one of the only trans guys out there who's had body sculpting surgery, which basically means that everything from my shoulders down to my knees has been cut open and resculpted. Literally, they go in and reshape everything, and they go out what doesn't belong there, what a masculine body wouldn't, a biologically masculine body wouldn't have, which means hips. I actually still have a pretty large hip for a guy, but compared to what they were, they're a lot less. I've had pretty much everything reshaped, including the shape from where my arm connects to my body. This has all been resculpted. So when I buy clothing, luckily I get to wear a lot of men's clothing that some trans guys can't wear because of how they fit on them or whether or not they have hips or whatever. A lot of guys wear a lot of looser clothing, which I don't really have to abide to that. Sorry, I got an itch on my knee over here. I don't really have to abide to that because I pretty much can wear most masculine clothing, which is why I went through the body sculpting surgery, so that I wouldn't have to worry, is this shirt going to fit me in this way or whatever. Before I transitioned and I hadn't had my chest surgery yet, I was wearing 6 shirts a day just to appear as flat as possible, and I was wearing clothing that didn't make me feel comfortable, and I needed to make sure that with surgery, no matter how much it cost me, I was going to feel comfortable in my clothes. So I got lucky enough. My grandmother left me a good sum of money, and I went and I had my chest redone, and I body sculpted pretty much everything I can, everything I could, and I was happy. And I've got to be honest, I couldn't walk for days. It was the most pain I've ever been through, way more than when I had my chest done. But when I look in the mirror, when I get out of the shower, and when I'm in the shower, I don't have to be uncomfortable anymore. Of course, there are certain regions of my body, mainly down there, that I have not surgically been able to alter yet because of money. And a little because of I'm not really happy with the surgical options. They've really affected. I've got a wrinkle there. They've really affected my ability to live and survive. But I used to shower in a pair of boxers every day. Even after my first chest surgery, because I wasn't comfortable with what was below the belt, and I wasn't comfortable with myself. And I can take a shower now, and even though that's really not okay, the rest of me is. The rest of me feels comfortable. And although I'm not really happy with my weight, and there's certain things that I would change about myself, I can honestly get in the shower every day, and I can be naked in front of a mirror and not have a panic attack. And I think that has a lot to do with what my topic is today, which is kind of why I've gone through that whole little spiel, is because when I buy an article of clothing, I look at that article of clothing and go, do I like how that looks? Not would I like how it looks on me. And I think a lot of trans guys go through that. So I kind of, really, that was my topic for tonight. And I kind of just, I'm 6 minutes and 58 seconds in right now, and I haven't really gotten very far. But my point is that for me, that was a step that I needed to take. And that's why when I go buy an article of clothing, I can really just decide on whether or not I like it. And not have to worry, my hip's going to show, is my chest going to show, do I need to bind in this area, I think, the further you get into your transition, again, your transition never really ends, the closer you get to being happy every day. And like I've talked about in my previous videos, you get to a point where being trans doesn't need to affect every single second of every day. It's not a part of every single conversation, and that's really important. God, where am I going with this? I bought all new pairs of, a couple new pairs of jeans today, not all new pairs of jeans. And I put on a pair of jeans today, and I bought them, and I looked in the mirror and went, I feel really good. And my excuse for feeling really good was that I felt really masculine. And I had my black t-shirt on, and a pair of dark jeans, and a belt, and a nice pair of sneakers, and I'm thinking to myself, damn, I'm really happy. And although I've talked, I said a few minutes ago today it was really stressful for me, and I'm really stressed and I'm really cranky, none of that matters, because I looked in the mirror today and I felt whole. And I rant a lot about how I don't feel complete. And a lot of my trans friends talk about how complete they feel. They had chest surgery. It was all they needed to feel completely male, other than being born completely male. And I hate to disrespect anyone who feels this way, but I'm going to kind of give my own opinion on this one, because it's irking me that I guarantee you that I wake up every morning and say that I do not feel whole. That you could ask my roommate Esteban, who has openly allowed me to discuss him, so I would never bring that up if I didn't, who is one of my best friends. You could ask him, and he would tell you that as proud of who I am that I am, and as open about who I am that I do not feel whole. And there are days where I put on a pair of pants that make me feel comfortable, and there are days where I put on an outfit that makes me feel entirely manly, and for a few hours I feel whole. And that is a really rare feeling, and it's a really good feeling, and that's partially why I'm going into this, is because I'm talking to a new girl who kind of like sarcastically, I don't know, made a comment, you should make a video about the fact that I went shopping today. And then it hit me that even though she doesn't realize that I have these feelings of being whole, and these feelings of how important shopping has kind of become to me when I'm buying new articles of clothing and stuff like that, that it might have been a really good idea to make a video. So it's 1:40 in the morning with 45 seconds, and I am standing in a bathroom making a video because I felt like, even though I kind of went on and on about nothing today, maybe I really talked about something. So I kind of, there's a couple topics I touched on tonight that I'm going to kind of just leave you with, and leave you with a little bit of what's going on inside my head. And that's really that. I hope everyone here has a really good night. I'm going to make my clitoral growth video hopefully tonight, along with discussing a topic that I'm really emotional about and really upset about. So that'll come next, because I'm going to make it right after this. I hope all of you guys have a really great evening. Happy holidays, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon. Bye.